right, no Jeff, so it'll just be me talking over me there. It's not going to move anything. Oh, it does a little. All right. Oh, that's funny. I was looking at the wrong screen, so I didn't see it moving. All right. Welcome to I Must Drake You. By the way, fun news. That theme song, as we mention quite regularly, is by the incomparable Mike Slater, who is going to be a guest on the next episode of Nerd, where we are going over comic origins. And in this case, we actually are, Jeff. So I think Jeff is in the chat. By the way, this is one of the things we'll be breaking. I'll explain why. My PBA Leaf set. But this month on Nerd, we did comics, like this trilogy, because we do 3 things. And we did Impulse, which was mine. So we did do like the first appearance of Impulse. We did DC versus Marvel, and at first I was like, well, this isn't really an origin, but I realized, Jeff, after we read it, it is the origin of the character Axis, the mean reason as to why we actually have to have... Oh my God, I've got so many of this guy. All right, so I'll just show that there to start, do a little bit of the intro stuff. But anyway, yeah, so we got... Michael Vincent Bramley on the last episode, which was just amazing on DC versus Marvel, but DC versus Marvel is the first appearance of Axis, who is like the MacGuffin character that is why they're able to move in between universes. And next month with Mike Slater, if you want to get a head start, we are going to be doing Youngblood, and I think that'll be some origins. And yeah, we do have some discussion and chat between Exploding Ruins. Exploding Ruins, I hope you didn't do any PSA reveals on the most recent break. I saw one went up this weekend, but weekends tend to be busy for me. And Jeff's next cool friend is one. It's rare I get to say this, Jeff, and I know it's only because it was after hours and you two weren't paying attention. But Jeff's next friend is one of the few people in the world I have beaten at pinball. But again, I should equate this to like, if you think you won a boxing match because the boxer like got tired and fell asleep in the middle of the ring and you're like, I win. All right. On the agenda, we're going to be breaking 1992, 1991. I said that in the wrong order. NBA hoops. That's just because I needed some junk wax because I am actually, as mentioned, going to the good stuff. I'm going to my PBA Leaf. And the reason is that the World Series of Bowling just wrapped, and EJ Tackett is amazing and just won the his 3rd World Series of Bowling event consecutively. And funny thing, I am actually in the shadows of his win a couple times ago. So that's kind of fun. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, one other thing I definitely want to go over before we actually get to breaking some cards, but vote. You should go vote. All right. So if you go to patreon.com/Jeff May, this is free. So you don't even have to be a Patreon subscriber. I think on the show, Jeff, we said we were going to make this open to only Patreon subscribers, but we changed our mind, changed our heart, to allow anybody to vote on who would win in a fight between Dre and Jeff for supremacy on card breaking. Is it I Must Drake You? Is it I Must Break You? And about 2 to 1 people are saying I Must Break You. No shock. And we were having debates about this where in the original Marvel versus DC run, the position I'm in would be the Lobo character who should win. But then Jeff is actually saying a line that's Wolverine's. I'm saying Speed Force, so am I a speedster? I love that hoodie, by the way. If I could get this hoodie design right there, like almost the Impulse one, I'd get it. Jeff's acting Wolverine but has Gambit powers. If you go into the comments, me and Michael Vincent Bramley are having fun debates on like, okay, if you were a Speed Force person and you were running super fast, but then Gambit supercharged you, would it drop that out of the Speed Force and then explode? So anyway, go vote because Jeff is convincingly beating me. 4 days till that finishes. I did it 1 week after the Nerd drop, and when that's done, we'll show you the last couple panels, which Michael Vincent Bramley will have to draw on the spot on demand. he doesn't already have it ready to go like they did in DC versus Marvel. So let's get to kind of breaking some cards. So, kind of the reason I'm doing 2 sets is I do love Leaf, but this is a 7-card box. That's not like the best for a super long break. And Gambit powers, I don't know, like then you have to be like in the Thieves Guild, and I think I want the Impulse powers. By the way, Jeff, we get into like a weird clone saga where Impulse can make like little clone variants of himself because he runs so fast. I have so many of this person. This is Stuart Barnes. I kind of own this because he is one of the most prolific bowling podcasters. So that goes. Ooh, nice. I got a PBW base. I have an autographed Gem Mint 10 of this. So this is actually just like kind of golden. This is like an extra card that at some point I could give to Jeff, give to somebody. If we ever do like, if you don't know, patreon.com/Jeff May, at the rookie card tier, Jeff sends you stuff in the mail. If Jeff was breaking, this is the kind of thing he could send you in the mail. And one thing we did when we kind of like cleaned out Jeff's office last month was, all right, this feels intentional, by the way. These were right next to each other. These are base cards, but these two are like bitter rivals. Think, this is weird because you would probably say Shawn Michaels is Walter Wade Williams Jr. and Bret Hart is Pete Barnes. But personality-wise, Pete Barnes is Shawn Michaels. He even does a DX cross chop as one of his moves. And Walter Wade Williams Jr. is Bret Hart. So one of the biggest rivalries in bowling. This feels intentional. Here's what makes me sad ahead of time. We've kind of noted this before from Leaf. They hand collate. So if you get some good base cards, it's probably because your hit card is bad. So let's see if we break that trend. I don't know who this guy is. I'll have to look him up, but Mitch Hupe. And let's see. He's from Winnipeg, and he won his first title in 2023, so could be something in the future. Bowling-themed wrestlers. That's an interesting question. I mean, I got to buy some of the bowlers. Some wrestlers have to be into bowling, I'd assume. Dick Allen, this is a good one. Like it's a numbered of 15 because I'm getting to my hit cards. So that's not a bad one. He's like a good bowler, but this is the rough thing. In bowling, it's like your top 5. And then as soon as you drop out of top 5, most people don't know who you are. We got our last 2. I got 2 autos. All right. So we got a Richie Teese, and I don't recognize this, but he looks young. So I'll look him up later. And Matthew Russo is a pretty good bowler. So yeah, this sounds mean. Like he's probably one of the top 20 bowlers in the world right now. I think he won either a major or a couple big tournaments recently. I looked that up. But I kind of like, this is the one sad part about a hand collated set is I saw these 2 awesome base cards next to each other, and you can count 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 8. There are 8 cards in this pack. There's supposed to be 7. So one thing I've noticed Leaf does, and this doesn't make me love him, is because they hand collate these, I think, and they have their kind of rares decided. So these are my rares. Like they draw your rares, I'm guessing randomly, and then based on those, we'll basically decide how nice they want to be with your base cards. And Jeff said only 2 autos, so it's 2 autos and a number. So this Dick Allen is of 15. So those are my 3 hit cards, and you can notice like what I was hoping for, and this is not shocking, is box cover is EJ Tackett. I actually do. I left with Jeff an autographed EJ Tackett card to get graded. If that gets graded a 10, that would be amazing. As mentioned, he is the reigning bowler of the year. I got to see him win the World Series of Bowling against none other than Jason Belmonte, and Jason Belmonte just fell. I feel really bad because Jason Belmo was the greatest, and he's getting older, and like he keeps losing to EJ Tackett. So it's one of those like your heroes get old. Jeff's gonna eat Jeff, what card do you want to eat? Tell me what card to send you in the mail, and I'll let you eat it. The number Dick Allen. That's too easy for that joke, Jeff. Too easy for that joke. Okay, now. Here's the fun thing. I'm actually heading to Texas this week for spring break. It is my grandmother's almost, we're going to be too early, but it is almost my grandmother's 99th birthday. and we are going on my son's spring break to Sears. So I'm not going to be up too much later because I have to be up early to be on a plane. Yeah, bragging about going to Texas. It's not my ideal spring break location, but I like my grandma. She's cool. And I am actually, this is kind of fun. I am going to get to meet up with my uncle who got me into comics. So I'm going to cheat, stall a little more for time. I'm going to open 5 of these packs. And the only reason I'm doing 5 is, again, this is Junk Wax era. Because this Leaf thing, I got them on sale. I got like a case. I think this box was about 80 when it all comes, like the discount I got. So, I like to keep the budget for I Must Dre'K You at about 30 to 50, 50 being higher end. So obviously I went overboard hoping for an EJ Tackett like numbered card or something. I still need a nice Kyle Troop. He's a fun guy with like a big fro. Looks like your friend Brad that was at the Mint on Card, Jeff. Didn't get that. So, I opened the premium set. I'm pushing my luck because I already got a Gem Mint 10 Pete Weber out of this set. I already got a numbered James Harden autograph. So at this point, it's just like I'm losing every time I open, but I do love the set so much. So at this point, I've got 5 of these Junk Wax and a box of NBA hoops. It's probably only going to set you back 60, at the most 100. That's if you weren't paying attention and paid too much. So, I'm opening some junk wax to go along with my expensive set, and nothing personal to the expensive folks I drew, but not one of the better ones. And yes. And so this is the cool thing I'm looking forward to showing off to my uncle is, I'll zoom out really quick. Don't touch the spine, Dre. But I showed this on last week's I Must Dre'K You, but I got to show it again. This is X Factor number 6, the first appearance of Apocalypse. That is an amazing cover. And Jeff, actually, I don't know the last name. Jeff can tell me in the comments because I can't read that, but I've looked it up. So this is the inker of the comic, Bob. I don't know if it'd be worth my time ever at this point to like go track down everybody involved with the comic, get the inker, penciler, writer, all that. Could be fun. They might be dead. That's how these things are getting older. It sucks to get old. But I'm going to show this off to my uncle who got me into comics. And he actually gifted me, I want to say, like all of X Factor number 1 through, I think, maybe about number 35 or 40, somewhere in there. And the one comic missing was number 6. He might have sold it at some point. And he might have sold it or something because it was probably the only one worth anything. It was probably like 30 or 40 bucks back in the day. All right, Jeff's given me an assignment to go get people to sign the thing. All right, now the thing about 1991-92, this set that I'm opening, is there's really not a lot impressive in it. I think Michael Jordan is really all I'm going for. Most of the cards ungraded at the top level would be like $5. The expansion set of this did have Dikembe Mutombo's rookie card as well as Team USA cards, so that's what you want to open. But guess what, everybody? I already opened that. Now, by the way, look at this collation. In modern sets, if you saw a reverse card, you would expect, a hologram, a prism. Nothing like that. They just, put the cards in every which way. Who cares? All right, let's take a look. That is a cool one. An NBA yearbook, Robert Parrish, one of the Iron Men of the NBA, represents Boston. That's an interesting... Oh, yeah, the Reggie Miller and Jeff Malone, both great at free throws. One a first ballot Hall of Famer, another A player. This is Magic Johnson's All-Star. I think this was like his last All-Star. Actually, I think 92 he came in. This might have been his like HIV/AIDS one where he went out. Would have been 92, but this is from the 1991 All-Star game. And I forget if he won that one, like won the MVP. I think he did the next one. Got a coach. I do like that. The Miami Heat. He's on the box. Clyde the Glide Drexler. It's fun to just look at these old names. Antoine Carr. Ooh, not quite his rookie, a year removed from his rookie, but Gary Payton the glove. So I'm getting some good like base cards. John Stockton, greatest passer. I don't know. I just, by the way, shout out to You Don't Even Like Sports over on the You Don't Even Like This Network. And Jeff and Adam do a great episode on a documentary on We Just Beat the Dream Team, which is apparently on Max. And there's some fun stuff in there. And I think Jeff does a really good job giving credit to John Stockton. I think Adam undersells him a bit, because my answer is Jeff's right about Isaiah Thomas on the Dream Team. They bring that up in that episode. The reality is Isaiah Thomas, even by accolades at that point in his career, had no business being on the Dream Team. But he kind of like overhyped himself, and Jeff rightly notes that John Stockton was pretty amazing at that point. All right, yeah, Jeff, I actually got to like get a preview of the podcast Jeff's about to do, and he's not wrong. A lot of times Jeff tries to record during normal office hours, but people with day jobs have to record at night. So this is a special episode, and I am looking forward to it. Make mine a May Marvel. Ooh, I like that. That's cute. Zach making a pun. All right. I do love these. This is like the yearbook, but Larry Bird. Inside stuff. What is this? It's just talking about Kevin Johnson. Horrible Sacramento mayor who like probably did some stuff. I like these all-star cards. Jerry Sloan, legendary coach. Who's number 0 on this? That's just so mean. David Robinson's just like standing in front of the whoever that Spur is. I'll have to look up that is when I'm done. James Donaldson. It's always fun because like some of these players I know. John Williams. Jeff's gone, but Chris Jackson changed his name. But this would be an interesting. You don't even like sports episode. This is like the end of the TMC era with Mitch Richmond. Ah, nice. Just got the base Magic Johnson. It's hard to tell on these because of this. I don't know what like the centering is. I can't tell if that's uncentered or good. That's just a cool card. You know, would be worth like $8 centered. You know, whatever. Kurt Rambis and Cliff Robinson. I love this player because he is the worst. Like, if this makes any sense, the losingest player by the advanced metrics all time in terms of advanced statistics. Probably cost the Portland Trail Blazers a title for what it's worth. I don't like this is very interesting to me where the cards like I don't get this collation. Or okay, this is interesting. This is a coach card. So I've got like Moses Malone and Alex English. Yeah, they both joined. This is cool. They both joined the 25,000 points club. I remember this card from when I was younger. John Stockton and Magic Johnson. This is their assist card. This is a Karl Malone All-Star, a Pat Riley coach card, and a team card. So I wonder if they follow that, like 2 yearbooks, an All-Star, a coach, and a team. Gerald Walker, Reggie Williams, Quaswell. Ooh, nice. Sean Kemp, Mike Brown, Kevin Willis. Just a good name. Kevin Gamble, Rex Chapman, now famous for block or charge, and BJ Armstrong. Gets a little more accolades than he deserves on the Chicago Bulls in this era, but, you know, wins a title. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Let's see what else we got. So let's just check that collation. So again, yeah, we got, no, I was like, oh, is it some kind of order? No, they're just some backwards, some forward. Although I don't know. We've got Rick Adelman as the coach. Jammin' that. Okay, Jeff's not around. This is like a fun card. I may have to send him along. This is a Will Smith stay in school. That's too cool. That's a fun card. That's ridiculous, but awesome. Then we have, okay, so we've got like, yeah, we got some weird backward ones. We got a Magic Johnson All-Star card, I think. And these I already saw, right? I already saw the Miami Heat. So, all right, are these other ones going to be ones I've seen? Okay, it doesn't look the same. That's good. Like, one of the fears on these old sets is their collation is horrible. So if you start noticing patterns, Karl Malone, all-time great, horrible human. Spud Webb, pound for pound, one of the best players. Ryan Shaw, Booker. Saw Michael and got excited. Still haven't seen an MJ. That's really the only kind of card you want from these. I will say this, the cards in this set, like some of these older boxes that I've opened, it's hit or miss. I've noticed like you know, staple marks or dings or whatever. These have been pretty good. So I'm not upset about that, at least just the quality. The corners look pretty good. I haven't gotten anything worth grading yet. All right. I gave that away because things were turned backwards. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, there might be some rhyme or reason because we got Michael Jordan All-Star card. That might be worth $1 or $2. We got a Jimmy Rogers coach. I love how he looks. We got a Utah Jazz team card. And a David Robinson and Dennis Rodman card. And they led the league in rebounds. And yeah, this is actually like Dennis. This is 91. But in 1992, Dennis Rodman has like the most prolific rebounding season ever. He and David Robinson team up and get defeated by Akeem Olajuwon. And then we have another, man, how many Will Smith cards do you need? I'm going to have to look this up. I had forgotten about that. All right, so that is the set. So on bowling, did get our MJ card, got an all-star MJ out of the set. I'll check into my collation, see how much of this I have to go. Not sure what I'll be doing next week for I Must Dre'K You, but you know, it should be fun. Normally around this time on the show, we'd kind of like cool down and I'd ask Jeff what he was planning to do. I do know his Jeff Has Cool Friends. I'm not sure if that's coming out tomorrow based on the recording time, but we'll see. Sometimes Jeff and his editors go really fast turnaround, so we'll have to see. But I'm excited to see that episode. I actually, as mentioned, got kind of a sneak preview because I met the person, so it's fun. All right, so we got our MJ card, which is what you want on any of these old bricks. We got 2 Will Smith cards. Why not? All right. Anyway, let's do the normal shout-outs. You can find me most places on the internet as Nerd Numbers. Classic note is go over to Instagram.com. It's Hey There Jeffro 2. Hey There Jeffro 2. If you are not following Jeff there, make sure you do it because he still needs to get his following numbers up because he got nuked and has to go back. Patreon.com/Jeff May. You know, like, subscribe, all that stuff. And then you are at Jeff Has Cool Cards. Thanks, everybody, for watching. No, it's a little bit of a shorter show, but, you know, Jeff not around for me to talk his ear off. And I got to go to sleep so I can get on a plane at like 7 in the morning tomorrow. Wish me luck. All right, there's that. I forgot to do, like, the invisible card in the top here. And, yeah, thank you so much. Oh, yeah, by the way, go check out Exploding Runes over 6D6, I believe, on Instagram. Oh, and I didn't see Walker until the very end, but nice you could make it for the end, Walker.